Buffalo, as the Bills have fired general manager Doug Whaley early Sunday, just hours after the conclusion of the 2017 NFL Draft. Whaley had been rumored to be on his way out, with new head coach Sean McDermott reportedly making most of the draft selections. Bills owner Terry Pegula released a statement on Whaley's termination saying, quote, "After a thorough review of our football operations over the past several months, Kim and I informed Doug this morning that we will be moving in a new direction. We've enjoyed working with Doug. He's a good person, and we want to thank him for his work and commitment to our football team. This was my decision. It was not an easy decision, but I believe it's the right one for the future of the Buffalo Bills. Our search for a new general manager will begin immediately." All right, so with that, we want to welcome in NFL media insider Ian Rappaport. Ian, good morning, sir. Not a big surprise to see the Pegulas make this decision. Instead of Whaley being the voice for the team during the draft here recently, new head coach Sean McDermott fielded most of the questions from the media. But the timing does seem to be a little bit odd, firing him just a day after the draft. What can you tell us on why this happened and why now?
Yeah, well, first of all, you're right. This was something that I think a lot of people expected, both in the scouting community and really anyone who follows the NFL. There have been questions really not just over the past couple months, but over the past more than a year, really ever since it became clear that Rex Ryan was in trouble there in Buffalo. The questions turned to what would be the future of Doug Whaley. So the Bills ownership, the Pegulas, made the decision that the best thing for the team would be to keep Whaley in place through the draft. Remember, it was his scouting department that did all the evaluations for a project. They decided it would be just too much to have upheaval before the draft. So, yeah, Sean McDermott took on a much larger role, became the single voice of the organization, but they kept the scouting reports in place. It was just McDermott had his fingerprints on it more than ever. So they went through the draft, obviously got through last night, had what a lot of people believe is an impressive draft, and then made the decision to fire Doug Whaley this morning. Owner Terry Pegula is going to meet reporters in a couple hours and explain several facets of his decision and what they will look at moving forward. But one of the more interesting things that happened was the Bills made a huge trade on draft night, obviously trading back with the Kansas City Chiefs to allow the Chiefs to take a quarterback, the type of move that was weeks in the making. And Whaley was involved in that move with general manager John Dorsey for Kansas City, but Sean McDermott took a heavy hand in that as well. So it's not like they're firing the person who engineered the trade that everyone was talking about on draft night.
Who might the Bills be looking for to replace him as a general manager?
Well, one of the main things here the Bills will be looking for will be someone who has a relationship with Sean McDermott. It's not a prerequisite, but it is something that is considered important. So keep an eye on a couple lieutenants in Carolina of general manager Dave Gettleman. Brandon Beane is a name that is very respected. College scouting director Don Gregory, also a respected name, has a strong relationship with Sean McDermott. Those certainly would be a couple to keep an eye on. And Buffalo will have now an open search. There will be some other moves in the personnel community, but this is expected to be the only GM hire. So they will have a pretty solid group of options as far as where they turn with their general manager. And it helps that Sean McDermott is someone who is widely respected because there's really going to be an unlimited talent pool.
All right, Ian, we certainly appreciate the time. Once again, Doug Whaley fired this morning as the Bills general manager. We have more on NFL Network throughout the day. Appreciate it, Ian. Hey, and make sure you keep it right here on the NFL Network throughout the day. We've got a special 2-hour Path to the Draft coming your way at 1 p.m. Eastern, followed by a recap of Thursday's wild first round of the NFL Draft. That's at 3 p.m. Keep it here.